Hello, everybody. Welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble and on Patreon for extra support. Any kind of updates and such, usually I go about on Twitter X. And we'll see if I can manage to upload an episode and upload and publish an episode of Midnight Suns. I think we're around. I think we are getting to the last third of the game in terms of story wise. At least that's how it feels. But yeah, I think we'll have 56, at least 20 more episodes, give or take. So that's why I'm calculating around the last third of the game. Um, Other than that, I got some completed gameplay series, as you usually can see here, 4K for the recent ones and 1080p for older ones. But yeah, other than that, I will try to keep everything on par and on schedule with my commitments, which is every day except for Sunday, and try to also upload one episode of a gameplay series. In this case, I'm trying to complete Midnight Suns there. Yeah, basically that's it. Let's go to the news. Um, Yesterday, like a couple of hours yesterday after I did the 9800 X3D kind of rumors and leaks, AMD decided to launch an official teasing slide. Even Hardware Unboxed did a video about it, which is basically a nothing burger because, again, no confirmation that anything. We know it's a Zen 5 CPU for AM5 platform. It supports PCI Express 5.0, and again, it handles DDR5 memory. Again, it's nothing saying here. They don't even put nothing regarding the 9800 X3D or alone. If it's going to like be a solo launch first, and then the remaining of the lineup of the X3D CPUs are going to launch afterwards. The only thing it is there's going to be an X3D Ryzen CPU, which is Zen 5 CPU, and it's going to be launched November 7th. Basically, that's it. And I think I saw a retweet from this guy, Jack Yoon. Other than that, it's basically in terms of information, it's the rumors and leaks that we've been covering like last 2 weeks or so. The only thing that we might get something out of it, it's at this moment, Zen 5 CPUs, the lineup is on discount. I think between between $30 and $50 cheaper here. It's like an early holiday promotion. Again, I will assume here it's trying to bring back a little bit down the CPU prices, at least for the foreseeable future. So maybe the 9800 actually might be a little bit more enticing and justifiable for them to put a little bit extra. Again, I'm not sure if they're going to do around the same kind of price that the 7800 actually launched, around 450 if not mistaken, if my memory serves right. But yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to try and price between these two, like between 500 and 360, maybe at least 550, 5 something. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But according to the leaks that we've been having, the performance seems to be good. But then again, always wait for independent reviews. Supposedly at probably 6th of November, we'll have the reviews coming out at least. So you might have a good idea how it performs regarding inside the Zen 5 lineup, plus how it compares to the 7800 X3D in terms of uplift, in terms of performance, if any, and how it fares against the competition. And I think they are doing this mainly to try to, I don't know, overshadow a little bit Intel new launch in terms of CPUs. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait till, I don't know, around 2 weeks or something to start having more concrete news regarding this new CPU stuff there. Interesting things here. Netflix closes down the AAA game studio that was working on a third-person action RPG for PC. Again, it's something that was formed. They opened the AAA studio from all places in California around 2 years ago, and again, they shut down this AAA development studio. Not much not much happening here. There was some supposedly good and experienced people that opened the studio, but after some mix-ups here, some changes in the lead roles here and there inside the studio. Again, there is a lot of people moving around here. They basically have to cut down there. Again, I'm not sure. Again, Netflix as an overall company, the investor money kind of dry up. That's why because they had in the first 5 to 6 years, or at least till 5 6 years, they've been operating on a deficit per se, to try to expand the business, and trying to create a good library of content to distribute between their apps and systems. And now they are starting to operate, or the need to start operate on a profit. And I'm not sure how this was seen inside the company itself, if it was getting too costly, or if the project was not heading in a excellent direction, or I don't know, some in a struggle between the head of the gaming studio against, I don't know, higher ups on Netflix. I don't know what happened there, but interesting enough, it's only 2 years. Um, Again, you cannot even go usually half of a game there if you're going for a AAA development kind of a game. Even though they're only closing this studio, they have other studios working on mobile games, so it is what it is. Similarly, those around 3 or 4 studios that they have working on mobile games, again, no changes, no nothing, so everything business as usual, which is very interesting. We'll have to see if you will get any more info of probably what happened there, because again, after a few roles being changed here and there, some people exiting, others entering, and some job cuts, basically they said that might as well shut down. I don't know what happened there, but it did happen. But yeah, well, this will continue again until we have a cleansing of the bloat and and the filtering of bad projects that are not catering to the customer base. We will continue to see this, and until they learn that they have to cater to the people that pay to play the games. Again, it's something that any product that doesn't cater to the client base, it's always doomed to fail. So it is what it is. And this includes game, movies, animation, whatever you want to call it. Any product that doesn't cater to the existing client base, again, it's doomed to fail. But yeah, we'll see how this might get any kind of more tidbits of information regarding this. But yeah, this is it. Got also some interesting information that Crimson Desert Studio. So how did they called? I always forget their name. I don't know. The Pearl, but yeah, Pearl Abyss. Sorry, it was right here in the title. Jesus, they got a Sony offer for a timed exclusivity, but they basically refused, which is good. Sorry, I have to sneeze there. This happened last summer, and then they did, I don't know, maybe they did an internal review of the numbers. They might as well crunch the numbers, see how much they will getting from Sony to be an exclusive deal. So basically, not launching an Xbox version, and I'm assuming no PC version also. So an exclusive deal with the PlayStation stuff there, and then they maybe crunch the numbers and saw, okay, the possibilities of if we don't launch on PC on the day that we want to launch the game, we're going to lose a lot of money, and the money they are paying us is not even close to what we can make if we launch on every platform available. I think that's the reasoning, and it makes sense. Again, makes sense for Sony to try to grab an exclusive deal with a at this moment seems to be a pretty good and pretty big game that is going to be launched, at least at this moment in time. It makes sense for Sony trying to do like an exclusive deal to try and uh, ramp up their own sales for the game itself. But again, for the studio itself, which is basically an independent studio, let's say it's not dependent on first party Sony studio or a first party Xbox studio, so they are basically free to do what they want to a certain degree. Yeah, I think they took the best route here because people are seeing that. Again, if it comes from a first party studio, I can understand the exclusivity deal there. But again, you're losing sales all over the place. It's good for the platform itself where it's being launched, but for the consumer, for the general consumer is not a good deal because you're stuck on playing a game on a specific platform that might not be the platform that you own. So that's that. They also went here in some of the game mechanics and details here. Basically, they have again they have their own engine, so it's a custom engine where the AI as a behavior system. They give an example: if they see too many their allies have already been slaughtered by the player, they might attempt to flee for their lives. There's supposedly also a repetition system. The behaviors also change based on day-night cycle, which is interesting because we've been seeing on the videos they're being showcasing the day-night and the temperature itself, or even dynamic weathers with NPCs getting slower at night or when the temperature is freezing. So I think they're trying to simulate something here, certain behaviors with that day-night cycle and temperature stuff there. And they also claimed having their own engine that make these features easy to implement. Then they will be with Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, again, custom engine. I'm still waiting. The Resident Evil engine is might be a good alternative, but then again, I think it's a proprietary engine. They are not renting to other companies, but we need something to compete to properly compete with an Unreal Engine 5, because if you uh, let Unreal Engine 5 be the one size fits all solutions as a game engine for anybody that wants to develop a game, they will not feel the obligation, let's say, of I don't know, engineer their way out of the traversal stuttering that is a pain in the ass on the Real Engine 5 at this moment in time. It's still, it can be a caught even in Fortnite, which is their own game. Yeah, there are some issues that with Unreal Engine 5 they need to be cleaned out, and I think some competition will be healthy in that sense that they basically will feel mandated to improve the engine itself to a point that maintains itself on the best level of competing with other engines. We just need at least another engine to start putting in themselves in their heels there. And the final interesting is that Sony reportedly gave a high positive valuation of Crimson Desert, which is good, which likely expand their offer. Again, but then again, it's good in a sense, but we saw this with Concord, that Sony gave a highly positive valuation of the next Star Wars for PlayStation. So again, take it with a grain of salt. And at the time, they compared with Ghost of Tsushima for the story's quality, atmosphere, which has a lot. Again, you cannot trust that much regarding Sony's opinions of the in terms of IP evaluation, mainly because of Concord. At least $500 million thrown to the air regarding that evaluation of an IP. Then we got Vampires Survivors going to launch a DLC with Ode to Castlevania. I think this is in conjunction with Konami, so everything is sanctioned by Konami, let's say. And there is a lot of stuff they're going to launch here: over 20 characters, over 40 weapons, special weapon selectors, large stage, 30 new music tracks. Here and again, I delve a little bit on Vampire Survivors. It's a very enjoyable, like bullet hell kind of overview, pixel art style there, MIDI music kind of soundtrack. Very interesting. It's a little addicting. but it's a very good game, and I do recommend for you to check the game out on Steam. Again, it's a very cheap game. You can take a lot of out of the game there. And again, they from time to time they put out some DLC here and there, and I think this might be a good one if you, especially if you like Castlevania. Again, I'm not very into the IP itself. I never played those games when they came out, so but I watched the first 3 seasons of Castlevania. But yeah, I enjoy the setting and the such. But I'm not very well knowledgeable. But I think this might be a good addition to Vampire Survivors there. Then lastly, we got Rebel Wolves, new dark action RPG game, which is Dawnwalker, will get published by Bandai Namco. Again, I covered this, I think, around the beginning of the year. A lot of ex-CD Projekt Red peoples founded this new studio, Rebel Wolves. They launched after a few after they founded when it was launched some art style and concept more concept art style and some other news, which got me a little bit interested there because it seems they are aiming for kind of like Witcher in the setting of The Witcher itself, very dark, mature, dark fantasy kind of RPG kind of a game there, at least that they were aiming for. And they basically announced they are working on Dawnwalker. I think this game is still going to take at least a couple of years so we can get more precise information of what they're working for, because the concept art for this new game was only launched beginning of this year, so it will take a while until we get more stuff out of it. And basically it's this game is going to be set in medieval Europe. The only thing is it's going to be made with Unreal Engine 5, sorry, and basically it's a brand new IP at mature gamers. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. If again, this demonstrates what I talked about last week, I think, regarding the fact that I'm very worried with CD Projekt Red, because again, sometimes the name of the company stays, but the people that work on the very beloved games and franchises, they are not working there. Even like director positions, being creative director, game director, something like that, even producers, they are not at the company at this moment. A lot of them, they bleed out. I think since the launch of especially Witcher 3, 30 plus high positions left CD Projekt Red to found new studios. This is one of these, Rebel Wolves. They got some guys that work even on Witcher 1, 2, 3. Some of them, after working a little bit on Cyberpunk, they jumped ship and went for this kind of studios. So the pedigree of until we got Witcher 3, a lot of that pedigree is not at CD Projekt Red. A lot of it, at least the visionaries and the guys that have the vision and the position of creating this kind of games, they are not at CD Projekt Red at this moment in time, and a lot of them just jump ship and founded these new indie studios trying to work their own project. This is one example of these. Hopefully the Bandai Namco doesn't have a lot of say in publishing this game. This is Bandai Namco Europe. Again, the only information is confirmation that the Bandai Namco supposedly is going to only publish the game itself worldwide. Hopefully they don't have a say there, because Bandai Namco lately it's been a little bit hit and miss with all the news coming around the games that they are being published by them. So yeah, hopefully they don't have a say. Hopefully it's kind of more in line with kind of the somberness of The Witcher lore and setting for this game, and hopefully everything goes well there. But yeah, this is what I got in terms of news for today. Got some deals here, some new deals starting happening on Steam. We got Arcane Studio sales again. The one that I can recommend because I played recently is Prey. you can just buy the base game. It's a pretty good game, very good immersive theme. The digital deluxe edition usually brings Moon Crash DLC, which is kind of roguelite kind of a thing there, mechanics on that game. But yeah, I really do recommend this game. If you're not sure, you can check out the first couple episodes of the series that I did. It's on the main page of the YouTube channel to get a sense of what this game is about. Also, we got Vampyr 80% off. I think now it's a pretty good position here to sell well. It's a vampire game. What can you say? We got Atomic Heart is on sale again, around 60% off in all editions here. And you got a demo if you're not sure if this game is for you. We got No Man's Sky 60% off. Again, excellent game at this moment in time. Now reaching its promise when it supposedly launched in 2016. So it's been some time now. But again, now I think the last thing that they did was adding the fishing game mechanic with all recipes and a lot of stuff combined with the fishing mechanic here, which is interesting. We got also Dredge 40% off on the base game. Then you got other versions that again you got the set and even Dave the Diver bundle there if you're interested there. I think that the DLC that they're bringing on seems pretty good, also in line with it gels well with the main game there. And then we got the Invincible 44% off on the base game. Then we got other stuff there if you want to check it out. On DOGE, we got Deus Ex Human Revolution. This is the director's cut, 85% off. And then we got the sequel, Mankind Divided, this the digital deluxe edition that brings all the DLC, or at least all the playable DLC there, 85% off. We got System Shock remake, 55% off. This has pretty good reviews here, very in line in terms of remaking almost pixel by pixel the original game. So I think we have, you got a demo here also if you want to check it out, if it is something that you want to try out. Then we got the Wolfenstein. This is the 2-pack, so the old blood and the new order. And then we got Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. This is the digital deluxe edition, so it has the season pass here, 85% off, and this bundle here, is 75% off. So 3 games for a very good deal here on the Wolfenstein. The rest is not worth it, at least that's my perception of the reviews that came out. But yeah, this is what I got for you today, guys. I will just wrap up here with a plug on my Patreon for extra support. The extra support is more in line for me to be able to get a better storage solution so I can have backups of the stuff that I do for my clients, and of course some extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And with all that said, I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you in the next one. So until then, Kunamy Master out.